Hello, this is Dr. Garcia in part 2 of the quantum reality creation. This is part 2, and I'm giving this lecture on New Year's Eve in Las Vegas, Nevada. So the reason I'm doing it here is because I feel that this is a new turn in the understanding of quantum physics. Before, we utilized the principles of quantum physics for health and healing. The improvement of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally with natural techniques, information, and energy. So your body, if you've been following all the videos, and you should have a program that teaches you how to eat the proper food, proper exercise, emotional rebalancing, as well as mental healing. That you should be doing. Now, once you're healing on all those areas, we move into reality creation. One of the major tenets of quantum physics, and quantum physics is the most accurate theory in the history of the world. Its accuracy is greater than 1 to 100 billion. And our whole society runs on it. MRI, wireless, telephone, internet, all of it's quantum physics, and the silicon chip is going the way of the dodo bird, because we're going to start having quantum chips. Okay, quantum physics is the true reality. It's been proven by some of the greatest minds. The only problem is that not too many people understand it. And because of it, science, when they don't understand something, they just sweep it under the rug. Well, quantum physics has been swept under the rug. And as a medical doctor, what I am doing is, what I have done, if you go through all my videos, I've taken the principles of quantum physics and married them to all the pertinent conditions of a human being. So utilizing energy information that is proven fact, you can heal yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. But now we're going to go, the next chapter is utilizing the principles of quantum physics to influence, if not create, your reality. That's why I'm so excited about the understanding that I'm having of quantum physics, is that anything is possible. You're at the source of being, and that is the whole message of quantum physics. First of all, everything's connected. Anything is possible, because reality in its ultimate sense is probability. And the probability is called collapsing a wave. I talked about it in the previous video. You have the wave form of matter, say a photon or an electron, and then you have the particulate form. When you perceive or measure, the waveform collapses, you have matter, and that's where we all live, because everybody's constantly collapsing the waveform. And now, when you're not collapsing the waveform, and you're in a non-thinking reality, or the alpha state, which I've talked about a lot. The alpha state is the best state to be in for reality creation, and that's a proven fact. The alpha state, 7 to 8 hertz, and I go to my videos and I'll teach you how to get to the alpha state. Now, once you're in the alpha state, we talked about the importance of proper intention or prayer. You always pray as if you received the gift already. And also, today also we're going to add, not only as thankful for receiving the gift, whatever it is, but also infuse excitement on how you feel when you have this gift of whatever it is. Because feeling and emotions are very, very powerful. And my research is showing me that if we fuse feelings and emotion with the proper thoughts. Now, basically, thoughts can be good, thoughts can be bad, but everything's first is a thought before creation. Now, there are Nobel Prize winners like Eric Kandel has shown that thoughts can change structure and function of the brain, which runs the body. So thoughts are very important. So in this phase of quantum reality creation, we're going to try to use thoughts in the most constructive way possible. So we already talked about how to pray. And when we pray in that way, as if we received the gift in the present, that means we automatically have collapsed the wave in the past. So you get the benefits in the present. And by collapsing in the present, you're collapsing in the future. See, one of the basic theories of quantum physics is past, present, and future are all happening in a smeared out now. And so quantum physics tells us that we can influence the past and the future. And that's what's so exciting about what I'm learning and I'm teaching. As I learn it, I digest it, and I try to give it to the world in the most easy to understand manner possible. Anyway, the reason I'm doing it, because first of all, I see so much suffering that's unnecessary, and I see so much power that's just hanging there like ripe fruit. And this is our destiny. Oh, here it is. I was sitting here overlooking the beauty of nighttime Las Vegas, and I was asking myself, what's it all about? What is the purpose? And it came to me. See, whenever you're in connection with the quantum field, you get the answers. You ask the question, you get the answers. Well, here's the purpose. The purpose is we human beings, we are the purpose of the universe. Wow. We are at the leading edge of the spear. And now I have to use it. The leading edge of the spear of God's expansion into wherever we're going. But we are the purpose. And you know, it's if you go to my equation of everything, it has Q equals the square root of G times the square root of M. Well, what is Q? Well, Q is consciousness. It could be also substituted for God. Now, what is God? Ask the question. Ding, ding, ding. In the Gospel according to Thomas, Jesus says, when he who comes from no mother, bow, for he is your Father. That tells me that God is energy. And so energy, and so I believe God is energy and consciousness. What is consciousness? My definition for consciousness is intelligent light. It all goes back to the beginning of the Bible. The word was let there be light. When you have light, you have all the forces of nature. Light, you have a photon. Anyway, it's also what the exciting aspects of quantum reality creation is the utilization of the subconscious. The subconscious is a gold mine. Remember, we talked about the conscious mind, the left brain, can digest 2,000 bits of information per second. 2,000. The right brain digests 400 billion bits of information per second. So, we want to utilize the right brain more. And you utilize it all the time. Who do you think is driving your car when you're yapping and talking on the phone, whatever? It's your right brain, because it's got 4 billion bits of information coming in per second. It's what some people call their gut feeling. And yes and no, because the gut feeling also comes from the gut bacteria, which are 10 times as many cells as our own human cells. And they have a whole a whole biodome that affects our whole beings. So that is taken care of with quantum healing, because if you eat the right diet, you have the right bacteria. So that's done. Just follow the previous videos, but now we're on reality creation. So the best state to be in is the alpha state, a non-thinking reality, and now a way to influence the present and the future is to be in alpha, non-thinking, and then visualize the finished concept. It's the beginning of the year and everybody wants to lose weight. So you're in the alpha state and you don't see yourself progressing. No, everything is quantum. If you know anything about quantum physics, it's always a leap. It's never da 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 da. It's leap, leap, leap. So you're in an alpha state, and all of a sudden you leap to yourself in your new physical form. And also, not only do you see yourself in your physical form, but you have the emotions of how you feel in that physical form. And what I do is, I used to be a marathon runner. I visualize myself as or jogging up a mountain. And to me, that's the maximum. And that I go from where I am today, and that's where I want to be. But okay, so we talked about the intentions. Now, intentions singly are very, very powerful, but also intentions in small groups or groups are maximized. It's quantum. In fact, there have been the heart has the most energy of any organ in the body. It's got 5,000 times the energy as the brain. 5,000 times. Anyway, and the latest research in quantum physics, neuroscience, is the heart may be another brain. And the heart utilizes a sense called feeling. Feelings are probably the best indicator you have of the whole picture. When somebody walks into your life, that feeling you get is probably right. Remember, 400 billion bits of information per second. And it's just, you don't realize what you're doing, but you're taking it all in. The body language, the haircut, everything is all, and it's being referenced. It's all happening in a split second. Now, because all this happens so fast, and via the mirror neurons, this proves quantum physics. Because this happens instantly, whereas if we went with what's being taught today in chemistry and physics class, diffusion, where you got to have a hormone or a peptide go into the bloodstream, that diffuses it as 1 centimeter per second. Too slow. So, right now, physics and chemistry and anatomy and medicine is being taught, and basically, it's missing the boat. Because unless you incorporate quantum physics in all levels of education, you're not dealing with true reality and matter. And it don't matter. So okay, the quantum meditation that I've described, what the latest research has shown, that state of being, first of all of modern psychiatric practice has absorbed basically they call it mindfulness. Well, what I talk about is quantum mental healing, and it's different from mindfulness. Although there are a lot of very beneficial aspects of mindfulness, in fact, Dr. Siegel is at my alma mater, UCLA, and so and he's a big advocate of his mindfulness, and it works, but it misses out on some key potential power, Because mindfulness, part of it is awareness, and but also it's loving intention, and then also introspection. I don't think that is important, because once you give energy to thoughts, then you get a thought universe created that most likely is misperception. So in quantum mental healing, the way I teach it and practice it, we get to zero thought, alpha state. That is the starting point of intention. That's the starting point of meditation. And also, by being in the alpha state, you have access to the quantum field. And now the latest research is that the quantum field has very, very high energy waves called scalar waves. I do believe I was one of the first to describe those in my website. Scalar waves, which are at the intersection of the zero point field and the subatomic particle interface. That creates scalar waves, and then the quantum field, which is different from the zero point field. And now we're talking of the zero point field is electromagnetic energy. The quantum field is light. Now, the latest research by, well, he's been doing this for 30 years, but now his papers are really changing the concept of biology. Fritz Albert Popp, German physicist, he has shown and proven that all living things emit photons, emit light. Okay, and the light, he believes, comes from the DNA, and he believes that the major component in our inter-body communication is light, because everything happens at light speed, and so that's how we communicate. But if you look at some of the other research, especially from O. Becker, he proved back in 1987 that we actually heal through electromagnetic information. So my latest concept is marrying the electromagnetic and the light, quantum aspects of reality. And lo and behold, there's research being done by Penrose and Hammerhoff, University of Arizona, and Hammerhoff is an anesthesiologist like me. Anyway, he has found, Penrose and Hammerhoff found these microtubules, which are in every cell, that tend to, he believes that they're light pipes. So we're like a Christmas tree. And light is the, well, you know, light and dark, you know, it's always light is it. It's the ultimate. So walk into the light. And now that brings me to another one of my pet peeves about all the wrong things that have been saddled us by people who should know better. Like all the doctors, including the WHO Health Organization, stay out of the sun. Sun is very, very beneficial. Light, okay? We heal through electromagnetic information. The sun is the only source of all the spectra. So in the sun every day. If you're real light skinned, just don't burn. But so sun is very, very good. Vitamin D, osteoporosis. In fact, the sun stimulates endorphins, makes you feel better. So this, we're a lot of the number one cause of disease and unhappiness is mental stress, and a lot of it is due to not getting enough sunlight in your day. That's my opinion. And then sunlight, exercise, good diet, and then we stay in an alpha state of being. Now this is a little bit of a challenge and it takes a little while. So you're in alpha state, a non-thinking reality, and you think you have to be thinking all the time. Not true. You have your right brain that's picking up 400 billion bits of information per second. So when you do something, then you think about it. You have to go turn on wash the car. I mean, that could be a a meditative state.